Hello and welcome to the third episode of The Start. Today we're speaking with my friend Alexandria, who does Alexandria Menswear and a few other things as well. She's a very busy girl. So without further ado, make sure you check out the interview, stay tuned, and let's go. Welcome back to The Start. We have the lovely Alexandria here. You know, can we get a clap from the audience, guys? Come on. Welcome to the show.
Hey, well, thank you.
Yeah, so we've started a few times, guys, and you know we've gone over this many times. So it's about time we actually got an intro that actually worked. So that's good. How does it feel to finally be here to sit down, have all these lights on you? Do you feel focused? Do you feel relaxed?
Yeah, I'm cool. Yeah, it's good. Light's good. Like the vibes, it's cool. It's a good vibe. So yeah, I'm happy to be here. Happy to do this.
Good to finally have you here as well. There's been a few. Like the first time I hit you up for it, it was like a few months ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, like last year sometime.
Yeah. And I thought since that time it was like. We filmed the next episode and it was months after I'd spoken to you, and I was like, nah, I hit her up. I want to go back to her just to make sure that she knows we haven't forgotten about her as well. So, we haven't forgotten about you, that's what we're trying to say.
Cool.
We finally got you here, and that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Now, we do have a slight problem in that we don't actually have examples of your work with us right now. But what we'll need to do is we need to get some pictures and just put them actually on the show so you guys will see them. But without further ado, let's get to the questions. That's what the people are here for.
Let's get into it.
So the first question.
Okay.
Who are you?
Yes.
And what do you do?
Okay, that's cool. That's an easy start. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm Alex. My name is Alex, or Alexandria Chantiluke, or Alexandria Menswear. I go by a lot of different names, so any of those is cool. Mm-hmm. But Alex, and I'm a fashion design graduate. So I've been graduated around 3 years now. It's actually gone so fast. I'm a fashion design graduate, and I like to put myself under the heading of creative artist. Yeah. So just a general creative, because I'm involved in quite a lot of different things. Okay. Like I have a tagline under my brand, which is designer, blogger, poet, and mentor. Yeah. Because they're all of the things that I get involved in on a regular basis. I
never realised you was a mentor as well.
Yeah, I do quite a lot of stuff with kids, with youth. I'm really passionate about inspiring, motivating the next generation and helping them to kind of come up. So that comes into a lot of what I do as well. Okay. So
how long's that been a part of everything that you do as well?
I would say, officially, I kind of started putting a name to it, I'd say maybe like a year and a half ago. Okay. But pretty much since I've left school, the school that I used to go to, they often call me back, sort of every year, roughly, to talk to the kids.
I see.
Yeah.
I've seen a few of the social media posts where you do speak to the kids. Is it ever just one-to-one, or is it just more of a broad kind of, you're speaking to like a whole hall full of kids kind of thing? Yeah,
it's more broad, so I'll do like almost assembly type things. But I do want to, and I do hope to do more kind of one-to-one or maybe smaller groups to get a bit more of a conversation going, really.
How do you feel when you go into that hall with the kids? Because I know for me, kids are savage. So savage. Like if there's like a little piece of crust, like microscopic right there, they'll pick up on it and they're like, oh, shut up, crusty lips. Like they'll have something to say kind of thing. So how do you feel more nervous speaking to adults or kids? Which one?
I'd probably say adults.
Really?
Yeah, I would probably still go for adults. I just find adults very intimidating, and I think the vibe is different. I think with kids, I do feel a little bit more relaxed. They are like the harshest judges, definitely. But I feel like I can relate to them a bit more more relatable, because I am such a big kid. Like, I literally don't feel like I've left school more than like a day ago, and in reality it's been like nearly a decade. But you know, so I feel like I can kind of relate to them, because I kind of I feel like they're closer to me.
Adults are so like uptight though as well, because I think what it is we kind of teach ourselves to just be seen as professional. So it's like we're all just trying to just pretend to be professional. Whereas kids, they just don't care. They're just gonna be themselves. Even if they don't even realize that they're literally, that's all they can do, kind of thing. So it makes it a lot easier. Yeah,
it does. It's the honesty as well. Kids are so honest. If you're whack, they'll tell you. If you're great, they will tell you. So I think they just appreciate people coming out who are generally for them and interested. And I hope I give them that vibe. I think I do. So I've heard good things.
That's the thing. You don't need to worry about it, because I know naturally you would care, and that care would automatically show in what you say and how you say it, kind of thing. So you don't need to worry about that. That would just generally just come across automatically, naturally.
Cool.
But having said that, okay, so you said that you do menswear as well. Why menswear specifically? Like, why didn't you go into women's wear? Like, not to say that you should, because of any reason, there's some people out there that say, "What are you trying to say, Michael?" but she's not allowed to do it. Why menswear specifically? Like,
to be honest, surprisingly, I get asked this question all the time. This is probably my most common question.
Oh, okay.
Who am I? And then like, why do you menswear?
let's not ask this question. Sham, edit that out, please.
No, it's cool.
Why though? Why?
It's cool. Like, honestly, I love menswear. Like, it literally is as simple as that. I actually love menswear. I feel like it is harder than women's wear as well. Like, from my experiences, women's wear has its challenges as well, but I really think there's a lot of rules in menswear that aren't necessarily in women's wear. For instance, like men's tailoring and things like that are very intricate. It's a very precise art, and I do like the idea of sort of mastering that as an art, and also just the details that go into it and the intricacies is amazing. And also, I think in the past decade, I would say menswear has changed drastically at a much faster rate than women's wear, and I kind of picked up on that quite early in fashion, and kind of knew this is something I really wanted to be a part of, shaping the future of like what menswear is. And I think with menswear, I'm a bit of, I'm a troublemaker, and I think with menswear you can kind of mess with people's heads more than you can with women's wear.
Okay, give me an example. I need to imagine this. Come on.
For instance, okay, so again, just big example. On the catwalk we've seen people putting men in like skirts, mini skirts, for instance. Let's just say that J.W. Anderson did it. I can't remember which collection it was, but he did do it. And it was Outrage and Outroar. And I find it very interesting that the way with menswear, if you mess with menswear and what we know it to be, it's like, oh my gosh, why have you done this? But making like women's wear more masculine isn't seen as shocking. But whenever you kind of twist menswear a little bit, everyone goes crazy, and I absolutely love that because when I do fashion, I like to kind of make people ask questions and challenge people's views. I don't aim to make anyone feel comfortable. Like, that's not me as an artist. So with menswear, you can do that a lot, and I love just asking that question, like, what even is menswear?
Why kind of thing.
Why?
Yeah. That question, why, gets people in so much trouble.
Like,
from when you're a kid, there's some kids that just keep asking, why?
Why?
Shut up.
Great question, though.
No, it's seriously. Because to be fair, I'm of the persuasion, obviously, I've got nothing to do with the fashion realm people, so you fashion police out there seeing me in my t-shirt, shut up. But, okay, so obviously from my background, hold on. Firstly, I think we come from a similar-ish background because obviously we both went to church. So how does that kind of come into it? Because is it specifically in like turning menswear slightly more feminine that you like to challenge people, or how is it that you like to challenge people? Is it specifically in that, or is it in different ways as well?
It's in different ways. So again, not necessarily all that. Again, that's an example of how it's done in an extreme way. But I do play with that. The next collection I've got coming up, again, I'm sort of questioning that, not to such an extreme level, because but I would play around with it. I play with fabrics and colours and different things that you wouldn't maybe necessarily go with menswear for. My last collection was it had a whole different theme, so it was very manly. It was black. It was macho, strong colours, leathers, giving it, very a man's collection.
Yeah.
So my next collection, I'm kind of thinking to do the complete opposite to that, just because I want to mess about as well and
flower boy
and play around and just kind of switch it up a bit. But I sort of challenge people more, I think, with sort of ideas and more like to do with society, questioning why people believe what they believe, like what is masculinity, especially black masculinity in particular.
Okay.
I feel like I read a lot of books about that in uni, and I really sort of got into that, and it got me thinking about that a lot, and sort of how that goes into, you know, music culture, hip hop, and where this idea of masculinity even comes from. So in my work, I like to challenge that and challenge why we do what we do, and a lot of the, you know, the foolishness that happens in society, and, you know, call
so it's
people
kind
out.
of like challenging the big men, boys don't cry kind of thing. That whole kind of aspect.
Yeah, basically that, and because again in uni we're kind of caused to ask questions, and not even just in life, like we need to ask questions, right? And it's like one of the big ones is just what is masculine, what is feminine, and like where did that come from, and who even invented that? Like girls wear pink, boys wear blue, you know, why? Like why? That's the question, like why? So I ask myself those questions all the time, and that's kind of what helps me to stay original, stay fresh, and just keep asking questions, really.
So that's a fresh take on it, to be fair. That's a pretty good take. So my next question for you is, what motivated you to start designing clothes? Where does your creativity come from? Essentially, like, I think what I like to do in these interviews, I like to figure out where it started from, when someone was like young, basically. My thing was, my dad used to draw for me, and then like I used to have this character. I was like, yeah, Dad, can you draw Greenie Boy? Because I had this like hoodie, was like green, and put it on, and I was like, yeah, I'm Greenie Boy now. So he drew Greenie Boy, and then I'd like, yo, I want to draw. So I'd like trace Spider-Man. So that's how it kind of started off for me.
Cool.
How did it start for you?
Yeah. For me, a similar kind of like a very, very young age. So literally, I remember I kind of drew my first design at 7 years old. Believe it or not, like my first collection was 7 years old. And from that early, and to be honest, the name I've got for my brand now, it really hasn't changed very much. And I actually made up like Alexandria wear is what it was back then, and it's literally just Alexandria menswear now. So like I literally haven't changed it since I was 7.
But it works.
But it works. I have good ideas. And my mum actually still has one of those original designs that she's kept for me, so I literally can look back and see my age on it, and I was legit like 7. And
your mum's one of the most like wonderful people.
She is.
Like
shout out to mummy.
Shout out mum. Shout out Alex's mum. Shout out my mum.
Man, she's important. But so she kind of kept that. And so that's when it started. So in school, all through primary school, anything to do with art, DT, like I was there, I was doing it, I loved it. Not to say I wasn't good at the other subjects, I loved that, and I excelled, to be honest, in every subject, not to toot my own horn, but I did. But
I was a genius.
I was a genius. I was pretty good. But I definitely leaned more towards the arts, and I really enjoyed it. And I remember my mum saying when I was in nursery, I can't remember how old you are in nursery now, like 3, 4, 3.
Asking the wrong guy to
something like that. And my mum said that she came to pick me up from nursery, and one of the nursery teachers kind of pulled her to her side and showed her like what we've been doing, painting or something, and showed her my painting, and she explained to her that for my age, my drawing was really advanced in comparison to other people my age.
Genius alert.
So, so my mum kind of told me that, and she was like, it's something you've always done, like it literally comes naturally. And I always say that creativity literally makes up 100% of who I am, like not 50-50, it's 100%. And like when I'm not being creative, I'm not truly happy, and I've literally found that about myself. So I hear that. Like, you feel stagnant whenever you're not creating anything. Definitely. I kind of just feel like I'm just floating, like just not doing what I should be doing, not kind of living in my purpose. And for me, it's important to kind of, like, I would say creativity is my gift. And I feel like if you're not operating in your true gift, you always feel a bit uncomfortable, and you never really truly feel like, settled and okay. So if I'm not doing it, I'm not settled. That's good. I mean, I've got a good question for you then, in terms of freelance projects then. So when someone comes to you and they're asking you to design something for them, and so like designing stuff for clients essentially, do you find that tough? Because obviously it's no longer designing stuff that you think, oh yeah, this is going to be great,
this is going to be challenging to everybody else. It might just be something standard like, oh, I need you to make me a tie with, with piano keys on it.
Yeah.
The deadest design. But, like, how do you feel about creating for clients then? Is it much harder than creating for yourself in general, for your own collection?
To be honest, I think it's easier.
Is it?
Yeah, for me, I would say it's easier because with a client, often they're quite specific in what they want and they have a rough idea at least.
Yeah.
And I find I hate creating for myself. I'm indecisive. Like, I change my mind so often. My ideas are very much have to go all the way out before they come into something.
Yeah.
So designing for myself, again, it's great and it's fun, but it's a long process.
Yeah.
Whereas working with other people is kind of better because for some reason when it comes to other people's work, I'm more decisive. I'm much more concise with my ideas for other people. I'm a bit more on it. I think because I understand their brief, whereas with me, I'm just like, oh, I could do this and I could do that, and I go a bit crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, for other people, I quite enjoy it. I do agree that I don't have the freedom to do whatever I want to do.
Yeah.
But I think as a designer, I think they expect me to maybe suggest them ideas or maybe push their creativity a bit further, so I can suggest ideas. But if they do want like a plain coat, a plain top, then that's what they want, and I'll just do that. Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I think new kind of products come out of working with clients anyway, so it might not be something that you necessarily want to create, but because they're asking you to do it, it's a mix of their idea and your style. Which brings me to this question: your style, where does it come from? Like, what created your style? Like, a lot of people might say it might come from like music or from movies or something. Where influences, like, what are your influences essentially for your designs?
Okay. So my design style. Design style is influenced by a lot of different things. Yeah. I'd say mostly life. Like, life definitely comes into pretty much everything that I do. Yeah. Sort of my life experiences, my thoughts and feelings, everything like that. Like my art, I use it as a form of expression. Okay. So with each collection that I do, I'm saying something with it. I'm trying to prove a point. I'm asking a question. I'm doing different things, so that definitely comes into it a lot of my own attitudes and opinions come into it. My heritage and my culture is a big part to play as well. So looking at my environment, the environment I grew up in, Jamaican households, big up Birmingham, big up. So there's all of that has a really big influence on me and my art, and it comes through and it comes across because it's part of who I am, so it'd be strange for it not to. And I'd say a lot of kind of pop culture, but more to do with like music. So I love hip hop. I'm a hip hop fanatic, old school hip hop fanatic, and hip hop and pop culture have just melded together. Like now, it's sad, but it has. So I can't.
It's the main.
Yeah, it is the main influence. Like everyone's hip hop. Like we are all hip hop just by partaking in pop culture. It's such a big part of it. So I can't participate in hip hop without and just neglect that as an idea. Yeah. Okay. So pop culture just comes into it, and music and youth cultures on streets, and it's very me. It's very me. So like whatever I'm interested in, that's what's gonna come out in my art.
So what we gotta ask you next is who is in your top 5? Top five
designers.
Hip hop.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I should have said something before. Who is in your top 5 hip hop artists?
Okay. Oh, top 5. Okay.
Might not even be just rap. Could be like breakdancers.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's so hard. Okay. So I know it's gonna be bait, but I do love them. So I'll start with Tupac. Is obviously up there as my number 1.
Okay. Yeah.
Big up Pac. I got a big up Biggie. Okay, if people ask me Biggie or Pac, everybody gonna ask that. I always say Tupac. Sorry,
for what he stood for.
He's my he's my G, he's my dog. I've got like his poetry books at home. Like, I'm there with him like that. So
Tupac's tight.
We tight like that, you know. We go way back. No, we don't, but Okay, so there's 2. I also really like. Don't let me get their names wrong. I think it's Pete Rock and CL Smooth.
Yeah, Pete Rock and CL Smooth.
That's it. Yeah, they again classic KRS-One, big in the game. And then it's so hard to put top ons. They're probably my OGs.
Okay.
And then I have my girl has to be up there, so my girl Erica has to come all up in.
Okay, yeah, I respect that
because she's mine.
Erica, be my auntie, please. Thank you.
Please, Auntie Erica, like she's.
I know you saw me in that concert, Erica.
We were at the front. We were right at the front. Okay. Yeah, that was big.
She definitely saw me.
She saw.
She saw you as well.
Yeah.
She saw me.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so basically, we went to Erica Badu concert, and we were near the front. Yeah. Hey, some girls tried a ting. Like,
don't get me started, please.
Oh my days. So these big old 35, 40-year-old women
literally pushing us, like,
and then the 6'2" lady tried to stand in front of me.
Right in front of you. And she's literally up here. I'm just like, hold on. And we won the first in the queue.
Yeah.
And we ran to the front, like right to the front. So we put in work to get there early to get to the front. And then for someone to just come and just disrespect.
Nah, we ain't having it. Well, you and your sister, I was just glad you was there because I was not about to have a fight with these ladies. I was not about that life. No. Nah, we'll talk. Oh man. Nah, but that's a respectable top 5.
Yeah. I think again there's so many more.
Yeah.
But
you're always gonna miss somebody, isn't
like Mos Def, he would have to be in there, like he scrapes in there.
Oh, but what song from him do you think is your favourite then?
Ooh, Miss Fat Beauty. Okay, I know it was a bait one, and again I love a lot of others of his, but I just love that. I love that. I know all the words to that. Yeah.
How's it go? My love, and it's too soon.
Yeah. It's just you don't have music like that anymore, man. And that's what I love about that whole era. There was so much to it, to that music, that it
had layers.
Yes.
It meant something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's true. Oh man. Some good influences right there.
Yes. The OGs, man. You have to respect the OGs. You got it.
I don't even know who put in my top 5, to be honest. Like, whenever someone asks me, it changes every single time. Every time. Like, mercy. Anyways, on to the next one then. Has there been a time where you felt to give up designing? Like, you went through so much. And what was it that kind of helped you to get through that period, that point in time?
Okay. I will say one thing, it was never just a point in time. It's like an ongoing state of mind. But I'll get into that. So have I ever felt like giving up? The short answer is yes. Of course I have. To give some examples, so I felt like giving up when I went to apply for unis, obviously fashion unis, and you're getting all excited, and I literally didn't get into any of my top unis, like at all. So I was like obviously crushed because I was like, I've worked so hard, my grades were good and I had the best grades, and I was just like, so why haven't I got to that level?
So where was the main goal then first?
For me it was like literally any of the design unis that were in London. So like St Martin's, London College of Fashion, Westminster, to name a few. There was another one that I also applied for, and I was refused by all of them. So it happens, it's life. I did get into again one of the options that were on there, but I won't mention that. You know the uni, but I won't mention them on here. But but yeah, I got into a uni, and to be honest, kind of made it work. But to be honest, a lot of the kind of horror stories I kind of heard from some of those unis that I did apply for kind of made me feel a bit like, okay, maybe that wasn't for me at that time. Maybe London wasn't for me at that time.
Okay.
But obviously at that point, devastated. So that was one kind of point. And then when I was at uni, in my final year, I 100% felt like giving up. It was absolutely mad. And to be honest, I had quite a tough time at uni. I suffered a lot of discrimination from tutors, and it was really difficult. There were a lot of forces sort of working against me in that really crucial, stressful final year that everyone kind of goes through. But for fashion, it's mad.
You were in that final year and your tutors weren't even fighting for you, basically.
No, they're fighting against me.
In what way? What were they doing?
It's one of those things that I couldn't even really get into. We'd probably have to have another separate conversation because we'd be here for a while.
Okay.
But basically, it was just blatant discrimination. So me and a few others were being treated differently, weren't being given as much help and assistance. Like kind of just literally kind of being neglected and just left to one side to kind of get on with it. And to be honest, when you're in your final year, you need as much support as much support as you can possibly get, to kind of help you along. And there were a lot of different things going on, but that was definitely one thing that did not make it easy. And literally, I wouldn't have completed my course without the help and support of a lot of people. Like, it came to a point where I was just like, I'm not going to finish, like, I'm not going to do this. And it was the scariest moment of my whole life, because as you've seen, like, since 7, that's been my main goal, is fashion. And final collection was just like this major thing that I built up so much pressure and hope and everything around, and it kind of seemed like it was slipping away from me. But shout out to all those people who helped me in final year. You know who you are. If you're watching, you guys were just the best. And you know, without your help, I would not have been able to do it. So I literally felt like giving up then, but pushed through. And the last example that I will give, which is a crucial one, which is after graduation, I felt like giving up again. Guess what? Because you graduate, you're like, yeah, I got my degree, you're gonna do bits, and it don't really work out. And there's rejection again, and I was literally again rejected from every job I applied for after graduation. And literally just like any job, like just nobody would date me. I'm just like, I'm sorry, what? And by this time I trained on Savile Row. I'd won competitions. My CV and my portfolio were looking.
Did like a suit for a James Bond movie or something?
Did that. Like, I was doing bits, and I'm just like, I'm sorry, what? So it was confusing for me.
But that made no sense.
I know. Yeah, you and me both. I'm just like, huh? And especially when the response you're getting back is just like, no, you were great, you were fine. I'm just like, okay, so what is it? And it was just, it always, I've never really had a clear answer as to why that didn't happen. But you know, I'm a true believer everything happens for a reason. So it is what it is. But obviously, you sum all that up, and when you put so much effort and so much time into something that you love so much, and then you're getting rejected from the very thing that you love so much, and the industry that you just so badly want to be a part of and have wanted since you were a child, it is really tough. And you know, it kind of got me to the point where I was thinking, okay, maybe I'm not good at this, like maybe I'm fooling myself, like obviously I'm not great. And that's kind of like a state of mind that I struggle with literally every day, is trying to convince myself that I am good enough, and I do have something special. That's something
that is kind of like a thread that goes in between every single creative that's out there. Because I think because our work is not... What's going on, everybody? Thank you for staying until the end of part 1. Meaning that there is a part 2, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Smash the like button, subscribe and share. Please do that, alright? So what we're going to do right now is we're going to summarize exactly what we talked about in this previous part of our interview with Alex. Now, these are going to be like the small tips that Alex kind of used in order to become successful in what she does right now. So how are we going to remember that? We're going to remember it like this. Rules express 100% of creativity in gas. Alright, it doesn't make any sense right now, but I promise you this is how we're going to remember the keys for how she worked. Alright, so rules. Alex really appreciated the rules that there are in the menswear fashion industry. However, she also liked to ask the question, why? She liked to challenge things, and by challenging things she made all kind of new exciting products from that. The next step, rules express. So by asking why, it made her create new and exciting products, and by creating those things it helped her to express her feelings. Alright, and that's one thing that she kind of enjoyed doing about it, which brings us to our next point, 100% creative. So through expressing and the expression of her creativity, she realized, look, when I'm not creating, I'm not 100% truly happy. And so that's one thing that she realized, and that's one thing we need to learn as well. We need to make sure whatever we're doing, whatever we're creating, whatever it is that our time is, used up on, it's something that we're passionate about, and something that we actually enjoy, something that gives us life when we do it. And that's one thing that she learned. So that's rules, expression, 100% creativity of gas. Alright, so this is where we have to think about all the different places where we're getting our inspiration from. Because sometimes when we look so hard at the inspiration that we kind of got, whether it's people or projects or products or whatever it is, sometimes when we look at the inspiration too hard, we start to try and compare our projects and our skill levels to the people that we're getting the inspiration from and the projects we're getting inspiration from. Sometimes forget them. Sometimes you need it for inspiration, but sometimes stop looking at them.
and just focus on creating what you need to create. And then after a while, look back on what you've created and say to yourself, hey, this is good. Gas yourself up. That's what you need to do. You need to puff out your chest a little bit, puff out your chest. And yeah, that's one way that you can kind of kill the demon that is, just, how would I explain it? It's one way you can kill the demon of thinking that you're inadequate. Alright. And those are the tips that you can kind of take from this part of this episode of The Start. Be sure to tune in next time. I hope to see you there. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe and share. Alright, and keep on going. Keep starting. Alright? Let's go. See you next time.